So this one snuck up on me. Somehow February became a super important month for the HLP without me realizing it. This episode marks part 1 of our Book 2 finale, and in addition, the Zone of Truth celebrated the beginning of its second year of operation with the very first annual, I stress annual, Antrellis Awards. Finally, and most importantly, everyone's favorite cookie baker, pathologically deranged pastor, mad doctor, and wonderful were-tiger will be returning this leap year day, February 29th, so be sure to refresh your feeds on that day for episode 14 of the HLP Evil Interlude. That being said, I want to let you know that we actually do have a one-time only slight tweak to our release schedule, and it does concern the Zone of Truth. Episode 27 of the ZOT will be releasing on Thursday, the 20th, as opposed to its scheduled release on Monday, February 17th. It's not like we're late in recording, and all future releases will continue to release like normal every second Monday, but the gang and I just wanted to recap Book 2 and couldn't do that with you all not hearing our take on episode 80, which drops earlier the same day. Thank you all for your patience, and I am so incredibly excited for you all to hear episode 79, Doom, Gloom, and Salum.
Do you like liquor and things that go boo? Then buckle up, listener, cause this one's for you. Prepare yourself for the Hideous Laughter Podcast.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Hideous Laughter Podcast, episode 79, and the beginning of the end of Book 2.
All right.
The finale, baby.
Ooh, yikes.
Only lost one player up to this point. Let's see if we can,
that way.
let's see if we can keep the streak alive. So, we're all drinking the same thing. And I've drank a lot of shit, but this is the whitest and creamiest beverage I think I've had in a long time. Oh, it looks like milk. What is this, Emily?
This is a Russian bear suggested by Jason. He described it as adult chocolate milk. It's vodka, cream de cacao, and cream.
Can you go ahead and give our listeners the ratios of those things, though?
1 ounce of vodka, half an ounce of the cacao, and half an ounce of cream.
Are you saying cacao?
Yes.
Okay.
This is,
cream de cacao.
Oh It's sloshed around in this pint glass quite a bit, and then it's just kind of dried. It's crusty on the side. I don't like that.
I don't like it, period.
Here we go. I'm gonna try some.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has yet.
Yeah,
Here we
just
go.
took a
Not yet, but here we go. Gotta go fast. Oh boy.
Ooh, that's a no for me, Jason. That is a no from me.
What the
Yeah.
fuck, dog? I thought you were friends with us.
I gotta shoot the rest of this.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, I did need to plug my nose in order to drink it, but it's not helping.
Yeah, I took about half of it down.
This is what I needed to get in the PC killing mood. So thank you, Jason.
Hey.
Oh, I'm trying to power through it. I can't do it. I
It
can't do it.
burns.
I barely had any in my mouth, and it was horrible.
I feel like
Yeah,
I
I'll
should
take it
start
down soon here.
naming the dice sets that have killed players, especially going into this episode. So this one actually has a name from the good folks at Die Hard Dice. We love them. Use the code HIDEOUS to get 15% off your Die Hard Dice. But the Desert Oasis set is actually what killed Lyra. So, irony? I guess.
I guess.
Isn't it ironic? I think
Yeah.
I'm using irony wrong.
Well, hey, Griff Daddy,
Think?
I did want to bring up that my secondary drink is a Natty Daddy.
Ooh,
So-
Natty Daddies.
Since
Oh, that big blue, baby.
I normally call you Daddy, I figured that I should be drinking one as well.
Well, I mean, that's just nature. Call me daddy. I understand why you would,
I
Brooks.
hate this.
I understand why you would. And it's all natty.
I'm also rocking a secondary. It's the most beer I've ever brought to a record.
Oh, God.
I brought I have drink that. I have an entire growler here. These are from the fine folks at Imperial Oak Brewing. I've been saving this one for a special occasion. This is a beer that was brewed special for the release of Rise of Skywalker. It's called the Imperial Force Strikes Back. It's a hazy IPA, 7.5%. I'm expecting that this combat is going to take more than one episode. And I think we came into that knowing that that could happen.
Yeah.
So if it does, there's a good chance I'm going to drink 64 ounces of beer at this table, today and get really fucked up. I'm also wearing my, Dioxyrio, Pharasma t-shirt for good luck and my Aaron Weston the Roaring 20s hat because it's going to be sad when somebody dies.
Oh, man, I can't really get over this cocktail.
Yeah.
This is not.
Yep, this is me finishing it.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, guys, where we last left our heroes, you had. Oh, boy.
Oh.
Emily, your face.
I'm really struggling with this drink.
I think we had a close one on the vomit.
I had to. Oh, yeah. Big
Yeah,
breakfast and that to follow. Ooh, boy.
So I'm not gonna lie, I did put it aside. I have a cider instead.
Yeah,
I tried one or two drinks and I gagged, so.
I'm popping a Bon and Viv. I'm done.
This
I
drink has
finished mine.
completely derailed this podcast. Stopped us dead in our tracks.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to be that bad, but it's.
I honestly thought it was going to be good. I was expecting a more sugary, chocolatey flavor to it, and it's not there.
Yeah, I actually won't call out the patrons for this one because I feel like this is an easy mistake to make. Like, this would be good. I feel like on paper, it has the trappings of something that alcoholic chocolate milk. But in reality,
It's nowhere near it.
it's nowhere near that. It just tastes like vodka and cream. I hardly even get the creme de cacao.
Maybe if you had, like, chocolate milk,
Yeah, if you use
like
chocolate
10
milk as a
ounces
base.
of chocolate milk to mix it with, maybe. But, oh boy, yeah. It'll kind of just slosh around in my stomach. And
I already feel laden with cream, so I'm ready to rock into this.
That Star Wars beer is fucking excellent, though.
Can I try it?
Yeah. It's IPA.
yeah. Well, here's to Daddy.
Oh, thank you, Brooks.
How many of those did you bring to our home?
Great point. At the gas station, they sell them in 3-packs. And,
They're 25 ounces a pop.
at 25 ounces each, I bought it for $2.95. Yeah. So, real bargain.
All right.
Yeah.
With the drinkscapades out of the way, our party leveled up and had some seriously strange dreams in the Schloss before being, I guess, awoken. Most of the party was. Eclipse was already awake by the Beast of Lepidstadt, returned with some gear and ready to do battle. You exchange pleasantries and realize that your goals are the same. His father is trapped in the laboratory that's been taken over by Doctor Salum. Along with that, you met a homunculus named Waxwood. He couldn't speak, but did write some of the details of what's going on upstairs. And he told you that he's basically the one that's keeping Count Karamark alive. By feeding him and bringing him water, he's trapped in some sort of apparatus designed by Dr. Viv. He tells you that both the Beast Brother and the Mad Doctor are upstairs somewhere, but he hasn't seen them in a little bit. What's your plan? You're on the first floor of this tower.
All right, so I think all of us know we're about to go into a fight, right? Like, our characters would know this. We as players all know this. With that, like, I've gone through my buff spells, and all of mine are rounds per level, so I will not be casting any to start with. But if there's any other buffs that we want to do, we're going to want to do that, because Eclipse and Matumbe need to find a way to stealthily, jokes, get up to the machine. So I think that's the plan.
Yeah, we're going to party up and try and at least prevent Doctor Salum from controlling the beast, if not actively support the beast in his big David Goliath fight versus his brother.
The Hound in the Mountain.
Hound in the Mountain, exactly. And as far as buff spells from Matumbe, I do have one. It's the communal protection from evil that I can hit my immediate party with. I don't think I could extend it to the beast as well. Thing about it is minutes per level, but it is split minutes. So I really only want to cast it right before we go in there. I don't want to cast it now and then we go upstairs and walk up a long time and burn through it by the time we get up there, because we'll each only have about a minute with it.
Yeah, so you'll have 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's a rounds per level spell.
Pretty much.
And everybody knows at the start of every fight, even real wars, you have to ask the other party, have you buffed yet? Did you buff a little early? Does everyone have their rounds per level marked? Yeah. Simple stuff, really.
Simple stuff. So in terms of actual strategy, you're climbing the tower, and then Matumbe and Eclipse are attempting to stealth. Is that the gist of it?
Sure.
Sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I do have a question. This is a kind of general question. If I am flying, that doesn't help at all with stealth.
It doesn't help with stealth. It certainly helps with your mobility.
Okay, because, Eclipse will be flying.
I mean, you need to get to basically the tallest point in this tower.
Yeah.
So you're either going to be climbing ladders or steps or whatever, or you're going to be flying.
Right, and that makes sense. So that means, so Eclipse has a new ability as of this level up, and she can now fly for 7 minutes.
Is that 7 minutes at a pop, or can you break that out by level?
It's probably a 1 minute per level thing.
That's kind of what I thought too. Maybe like a witch's fly hex.
So the actual, it's called Mind Over Gravity. So as a standard action, I can expend 1 point of mental focus and give myself a fly speed of 60 with perfect maneuverability. That effect lasts 1 minute per occultist level I possess.
Okay, but it's keyed off mental focus. You could potentially do this again later.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 4
Gotcha.
in transmutation today.
Okay.
So I have technically 7 times 4 minutes.
Okay, cool. Because if we get to the top and realize that we still have to climb ladders and go way up, I might just pop my fly potion to get up there and skip it all.
Right. And I'll be I have 7 minutes, which is considerable in, combat terms. So
yeah, you're effectively flying the whole combat.
Right.
It's not going past 40 something rounds.
I don't know, guys. We got all day.
And because it's automatically perfect maneuverability, I also automatically get a pretty huge bonus to my fly. Yeah, a +8 bonus to my fly check.
Nice.
If I need to.
Sweet.
Also,
awesome.
just so you know, Haley, mechanically, now that you have a reliable means of flight, you can start putting points into fly if you want to.
I already have them.
Oh, okay. So even generally
I'm ready.
The way the fly skill works is that you can only put ranks into it when you have a reliable means of flight. But, I mean, it doesn't really
She's been
matter.
practicing by jumping
She's been
off.
practicing by jumping.
I was going to say,
smaller objects.
I've had, because of the way that, I know I'm a spellcaster, it was more of a, I know Potion of Fly exists, I know I've used it, and things like that. I guess that's where my head went, as well as I already started with some stuff that was supposed to make my movement a little bit better, so that's why I felt like it was reasonable that Eclipse would be planning and trying to get better because there's magical items and, she's starting to exhibit those signs. That's why I had already put a couple, only in the past, couple levels.
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you wait till you get fly and then you just dump 6 ranks into it anyway, so it's all good. So, you guys are currently still in the chamber with the Carrion corpse where you slept last night, and the adamantine slab that opens a hatch to the next floor. Make me a knowledge engineering or dungeoneering.
I have engineering. I can help, though, if
I
Matumbe
have
is way better.
dungeoneering now.
Is that an either or thing, or?
It's an either or. They'll give you the same information.
All right. Also, I made the executive decision to only play the shack drop when I'm using points from my pool, not the free stuff, because it's way too taxing on me to go back and forth.
It's
okay.
also
I auto-aid for engineering.
every skill roll.
Oh my god. All right. 35.
Yeah, so you're looking at this chamber in the spiral staircase that goes up in the first floor that you're in. Goes up about 75 feet before it enters the second chamber. You think if the rest of the tower is spaced like this, and the lab's supposed to be at the top from what Waxwood told you, as well as the bondslave thrall is supposed to be at the very top, you think the laboratory is not going to be through this door.
Okay. So what do you guys say we establish, just say standard party order and go through? Like maybe check for traps or something on the door, but besides that, like, let's just roll.
Wouldn't we have Eclipse and Matumbe up first, though?
That's fine, yeah.
And then followed by Ikmer and Freya and the Beast?
Sure.
Do we want the Beast in back?
I think you
probably.
maybe want him in the front of the non-stealth squad.
Okay, that makes sense. So,
Yep.
Eclipse, Matumbe, Beast, Ikmer, Freya.
So just align yourselves on, there's a big F on the map, that's where you came from. And then there's another, so as you enter this room, it's dimly lit and pretty devoid of any furnishings. You see another spiral staircase that goes up some more, another 75 feet up.
Is it open?
It is not. There's another hatch.
But, like, is it an open staircase?
Yes, it's an open staircase.
Like, because I would start flying. Because
Okay, before you do so, let me explain the rest of the room.
That's fine.
This room is choked in thick webs.
Gross.
Everywhere you move is difficult terrain. You're getting stuck to the ground. You realize flight is not an option here. The webs are basically attached to every corner. And the Beast would say, "This used to be my brother's room. But I don't see him." Everybody make a perception check.
That is definitely falling onto an 18, but it's cocked. I'll reroll. 20. Dirty.
30-20.
12, unless it's to see through disguises.
15.
14.
So Matumbe with a 20, you can corroborate what the Beast is saying. You don't see anything moving in this room. You think it'd be relatively easy with all the webs around that you'd see something moving up in them.
Mm-hmm. Larry, this seems like an extraordinary amount of webbing for someone's room. Do you suppose he abandoned the room and some sort of spider took over, or is this a byproduct of your brother?
He made these webs. He used to sleep in them. You can go ahead and make a knowledge nature check now that you're up close.
And he's talking, so your brother does not look like you, does he then?
No.
22.
22. These look like webs from a drider.
I, as a person, know what that is.
Yeah, Matumbe would know what that is, too.
He turns to the rest of his party. Some sort of foul drow sorcerer or something may have made these creature unholy, called a drider. No flesh golem would have done this, unless it's some unholy combination of flesh golem and drider, I guess.
That doesn't seem too unlikely, given everything else we've seen in this area.
Yeah.
Well, I guess then I'll put away my sword then and use the cup now. At least I know that going into it.
You could ask the beast for clarification if you wanted to. He's not going to be able to, like, he wouldn't tell you, oh, he's got parts of a drider.
Yeah.
But you could probably get a gist of what, if he's like a combination of things, what other things he might have.
So I think Matumbe might do exactly that. He doesn't look like you. He can produce webs. He may be part drider. In your best words, my friend, how would you describe your brother?
He has the lower body of a spider, yes. And thick claws. And tentacles. You're right, he doesn't look much like me, except he has the head of a man and the torso of a man. But he's bigger than me.
This is all good to know. Frankly, besides that, I don't know what else to do on this level, guys. You know, we perceived a little bit.
With that, again, rolling over that engineering, the lab's probably the next floor up.
Okay. So, Matumbe says, I think I got a good look at the tower from the outside. I think this is the final stop through this door. If we are going to protect ourselves, sheathe our bodies in magic for the upcoming tussle, I think we do that now.
Hey, Griffin, I have a slight question.
Sure.
Is the floor sound enough that it's not going to be broken in any sort of way?
Yes.
Okay.
This building doesn't appear half blown up, like the one building where you decided to use burst spells.
Okay, so then, obviously because you said the webs would be unacceptable for flying, Eclipse will start her flying right when we get to the top, near the trapdoor.
Okay.
As we reach the top, getting to the trapdoor, Freya looks around to the party saying, "Let Erastil give us courage," and she casts Bless, which is 7 minutes.
Okay, what type of spell is Bless?
It is an enchantment, mind-affecting spell.
So this is strange. Unlike any of the flesh golems you've faced, the beast appears emboldened by Bless.
Oh.
Very cool.
That's awesome.
Well, Ikmar also has a potion of displacement, so he's going to have that just very close to his hand, very close by, and as soon as he steps through that door, he will drink it up.
In the moment before we open the door, Matumbe would blast his 3 compatriots and himself with protection from evil, which would be a minute for all of us, except for me, which it'll be 2 minutes.
What type of spell is that?
Let's find out here. Abjuration, parentheses, good.
Does it allow spell resistance?
It does. Wait, no, it does not.
It does not. And because it requires a will save to resist, right? If you use it on an enemy, the beast will benefit from this as well.
Does
if you
that
choose
take
to
1 of
share
the
it with
minutes?
him.
I actually don't think I can get to the beast as well. Wait, you know what? I thought there were creature caps. It's not. It's just the minute cap. So I could actually give 1 to the beast as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You can give it. You can split the minutes as many minutes as you have. You can split them amongst as many creatures.
There are some spells that are like you can like Dimension Door or something. It's like number of targets, and for whatever reason I thought that was targets. No, it is minutes. So the beast has a minute of protection from evil as well. And to clarify, when we end up going through the door, Matume in his left hand, he has his shield. His book is sheathed, and in his right hand, he's holding an extract.
Yes, and Eclipse has her axe, of course, but also a dagger in her other hand.
Okay, so what I would ask is that everybody using a buff spell, so whoever originated the buff spell, keep the rest of us honest. This is round 1 as you open the door. Now, if you have a minutes per level spell, don't even worry about it, right? But if it's a rounds per level spell, like displacement and like protection from evil, just make sure that you're keeping track of that, because I have it on the beast sheet, so I need to know when I need to tick it off.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right. You open the door. As you enter the lab of creation, you see many bottles and vials and bubbling mixtures on tables, and you see some slabs with human remains on them. What you notice first is the sound of bubbling, but also the sound of chains swinging slowly. And you see meat hooks hanging the 75 feet down from the ceiling to maybe 5 feet above the ground. Several of them have corpses hooked to them in various states of dissection. Make a perception check.
$26.
Dice giveth, dice taketh away. That's a 14.
16.
Also a 16.
Nice.
Okay. So with a 16, Ikmer, you look up and you see what appears to be a sliding opening. I can't think of the word.
A retracting dome? Type of...
Trapdoor.
Almost like a retracting dome. Like a, it appears to be a false ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears to open up. You can tell that. Freya, you see a bell jar. A large one. It contains a dead woman. Preserved perfectly. Eclipse. You see a large iron idol banded in that same green metal. Looks like adamantine to you. The idol appears much like a fat doll, and it's engraved with sewn lips and a representation of a man being crushed to death. It looks kind of like an iron casket, but with a 26, you can see that through the eye holes, there are terrified, living eyes looking out at you, darting across the room at the new entrance, you. And you hear muffled screaming coming from inside it. Very faint to you, as if something is impairing the mouth of the person inside. You also see a larger slab. And this one, you think, is sized appropriately for the Beast of Lepidstadt. Everyone can see on the floor and on parts of the ceiling, not as apparent as downstairs, and it won't really impede you much, but the remnants of web streaked around the room. And the other thing you notice is that it's been meticulously cleaned away in the working area of this laboratory. You don't see anyone.
Matume, I think we found Larry's dad, but it's time. We've got to get up. We got to keep going up. But if you look up there, and you can barely hear it, but you can see the eyes.
Death has not come for this one yet. Life still clings to his bones. I don't want to leave him in here, but... Eclipse, let's go. Let's find the device. Destroy Doctor Salum, Larry's brother, and then we can free the innocent.
Sounds good.
And then at least Matumbe and I would try to be very quiet and going up.
So you look around the room, you see a ladder that leads up. But the ladder appears to lead into this closed sunroof. But there's a lever next to the ladder.
A lever on the ground?
A lever on the ground next to the ladder.
I say we climb the ladder, turn to the side, give a thumbs up, and then somebody on the ground can pull the lever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I can fly up and...
Yeah, I'll climb, you fly.
Sounds good.
And then when we're up there...
Sounds great.
Pull the ripcord on this thing.
Makes sense.
Okay, so... Place yourselves on the map as Matumbe and Eclipse, so Eclipse is flying currently, and then Ikmer, Freya, and the Beast are on the ground by the lever. You pull the lever, and you start to hear the thunderstorm raging outside as the oculus opens, and looming over the edge is a creature that's nearly indescribable, mainly because it's a mishmash of so many different things. It looms over the edge, and you see its spider-like legs wrapping around the opening now, and it looks down at you, and it smiles that weird, lifeless Larry smile down at you, its eyes blazing yellow, its hair patchy and missing in places, and its large lobster claws chittering. Then you hear those of you at the top of the ladder hear a sliminess, like something slithering, as the tentacles of its abdomen writhe forth and begin wrapping around and through its spidery, furry legs. You see they each leave a trail of slick fluid, and it moans, and I need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Is it dark?
Yes. Well, no, the Oculus is open. I'll say it's low light because it's a very, very deep storm.
9.
20.
8.
All right, Matumbe's coming in with a 24.
All right, let me sort this. This is a pretty big combat with a lot of initiatives here.
Griff, I know you're sorting over there, but just for perspective here, Matumbe is at the top of this ladder. We open the Oculus. You've got Eclipse right up there with him. About how high off of the ground are we?
At this point, you're 75 feet off the ground.
Oh, so we're up there.
And you can see through the Oculus another 100 feet up is this lightning rod. And you can actually see on the map, you guys can place yourselves on level with this tower. It's weird. Paizo gave us Paizo, you normally gives a bird's eye view of a map. This map is actually looking at it from the side.
It's very tall.
At the top of the order for the final combat of the Trial of the Beast is Matumbe.
I'm gonna have to wash this shirt because I've already sweat through it. So, is it... all right. How close is the brother?
So the brother is essentially across the room from you on the same level as you. So it appears nearly 60 or 50 feet away from you.
Okay. So I did say Matumbe has an extract in his right hand. Shit. I don't think it makes any sense to put it away and then pull something else, because I want to pull out my fly potion and drink it. I think it makes any sense to put it away. So what he's going to do is he's going to pop the cork on this thing, and as an investigator, he's got a little bit of his alchemical knowledge. He did copy some recipes into his book from Vorkstag, and he pops it and throws back an enlarged person spell.
Holy shit.
Matumbe on the ladder grows twice his height. He grows to 14 feet tall.
And the ladder creaks, but remains solid.
And so he has this empty potion vial, just kind of tosses it to the side, and then pulls his potion of fly, because I'm going to drink that next.
Okay.
A flying 14-foot Matumbe is absolutely terrifying.
It's a force of nature.
Yeah, that's not something I was expecting this combat.
That's why I kept this to myself. I didn't tell anybody I prepared that.
Gotta learn to expect the unexpected with you folks. So, next in the order is Ikmer. Ikmer, from the ground, you see this creature 75 feet in the air, and it's just terrifying to behold.
Okay. He is going to first definitely drink his potion. Next, he is going to antagonize this creature standing up there, so that it is hopefully going to come down and fight on the same level. So, he's also not going to do the sense motive that would be normally the first step.
That's fine. Perfectly sane action coming from the ground.
Yes.
Not much else you can do to it.
Alright, 16 on the die, plus 12. So that is a 28.
With the 28, what's the DC?
10, plus the target's hit die, plus the wisdom modifier.
Unfortunately, it is immune to mind-affecting effects.
It is a construct.
That would have done it. That would have done it. You would have got him.
Well, Ikmer will still say,
Get down here, you just ugly thing. I mean, what an abomination you are, especially coming from me.
Next in the order is the aberrant Promethean. And it moves 60 feet down, ignoring Matumbe and Eclipse. It is now 15 feet above the ground on the opposite side of the chamber as you. And its mouth opens, unhinges like a snake, and it emits this moan that reverberates off of your bones. I need everyone in the downstairs to make me a will save.
I'm going to use Tenacious.
No, you're not. You're only going to use that if you roll bad. We've been through this 100 times. It's after you fail.
Yeah, use Tenacious after you failed.
Is this a fear effect?
This is...
Every time.
This is not. And it's actually a fortitude save. I apologize.
Oh. Then I'm not going to use Tenacious.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I mean, I just assume based on my... Oh, man. Okay. I don't know whether to be confident or not.
Okay, well, why don't I get some rolls?
Yeah, that is a 19 from me.
A 19. You feel the urge to vomit as the bones shake in your body, but you steel yourself. Grip your sword even tighter and get ready as this thing has gotten close.
Tankard, but thank goodness.
Freya?
11.
Freya, you are nauseated for 2 rounds. So for reference, creatures with a nauseated condition experience stomach distress. Nauseated creatures are unable to attack, cast spells, concentrate on spells, or do anything else requiring attention. The only action such a character can take is a single move action per turn. So for 2 turns, you are nauseated.
Holy shit.
That really stinks.
The other good news is that both Freya and Ikmer are immune to this creature's moans for the rest of the day.
So we come up here, this thing drops down, moans, Freya just immediately starts vomiting.
Yeah, and you feel it like it feels like it's shaking your bones and separating the flesh off of them.
Ugh.
It's like this weird note.
Moaning and boning.
It's not quite the brown note, but
kind of the
it's
brown
almost.
note. It's intestinal distress. Eclipse, you're up. You are flying 75 feet in the air at the lip of this oculus.
Can I make a quick perception check to see if I can find the duct?
Yes.
25.
You don't see her up there. You see this lightning rod, though. It appears another roughly 60 feet up to at least the platform it's on. So you guys are on the edge.
Yeah.
It's directly in the center, so it's 60 feet up and then another 15 feet into the center.
Alright, so I'm going to cast Warding Weapon. My dagger's going to go up into the air and protect me. And then I'm going to move 60 feet straight up.
Okay. Do you have a fly speed of 60 with that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you have perfect maneuverability. You get right up there. And you're out in the elements now, and the rain is hitting you, and the storm is surging. The wind is whipping, but with that perfect maneuverability, you are fine.
Nice.
Next in the order is Freya. Freya, you're nauseated. So you can only move. Or take a move action.
Freya moves behind Ikmer to put him in between her and the creature.
Clever girl. It's now the Beast of Lepidstad's turn. And I gotta check him out, because he is a bundle of fun. He enters a rage, seeing his brother there. He knows what's happened. That his brother pushed him off the tallest tower and is trapping their father in this place. So the beast, with his protection from evil and his bless, moves into the room. 5, 10, 15, 20. And he needs to get closer because this creature is up in the air. So 25, and he receives an attack of opportunity as this huge monstrosity has reach over him.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed, baby, because his AC is not looking hot. Alright, it hits him.
Darn it.
So the beast gets hit by one of the claws, taking 26 points of damage, and then the creature attempts to grab him as he's a size category smaller. The beast is grabbed. In the claws.
Shit, not a great start at
in
all.
the claws of this creature, and the claw, as if on a pneumatic hinge, crushes the beast, dealing 20 more points of damage.
How are we supposed to survive this? What?
I really thought we had a leg up by having the beast.
Nah, that beast's gonna die.
The beast is in the clutches of this creature, and he attempts to break that grapple. Does so easily, rips his way out of the claw. It almost looks like a crab claw that you're breaking into as you eat it, as it just hyperextends and the beast pushes out of it, now in melee range of this creature. But that's his turn. Next in the order is Matumbe. Matumbe, Eclipse has flown to the top of the tower, correct?
Yeah, I flew 60 feet up.
So she's flown past all of the ladder that's next to you.
Yep. All right, so 60 feet from the roof, Matumbe. Actually, how far could I climb in around without drinking my fly potion? I'm just curious.
In a round, I think you can only climb half your move speed, unless you make like a DC whatever climb check to move full speed. Or you might have to make the climb check to move half speed. I'd have to consult the rules, but it's not nearly as fast as flying for one move action.
Gotcha. Yeah, I without really like hitting the forums and shit, not worth it. Matumbe is going to slam back that fly potion, toss the empty bottle to the side. Empty bottles are just raining around his companions.
This is his new mode.
This is his new
This
mode.
is drinking shit. Matumbe doesn't drink alcohol. He just drinks strange concoctions.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody knows. There's a little bit.
Matumbe's more of a pill guy.
Oh yeah, he's on that speed. So he takes the potion of flight, which would be a standard action, and then he begins to ascend. When you have the spell fly cast upon you, which is basically the same as drinking a potion, you can ascend at half your speed. So since I still have a move action left, and the speed I would get would be 60 feet, I can ascend 30 feet. And as he's just rising like this 15-foot tall, it also increases his weight by a factor of 8 for those of you at home. This massive, dense Matumbe is just floating towards the top of the tower. He's just going to say, "Eclipse, get to the machine." Because he's giant.
Yeah.
Oh, and he talks slowly. Everybody knows giants are just like, fee, fi, fo, fo.
It takes a lot, you know, he's got a lot more going on. So, yeah, he's 30 feet away from the top now, I believe.
Okay. All right. Hickmer.
Okay. So, I have also pulled up the fly spell because I have my potion, and the thing is 15 feet in the air, so I have no chance of reaching it from the ground. Ikmar has no chance of reaching it from the ground. So, he as well. I do want to clarify, just for listeners, Steve, are you wearing medium or heavy armor?
I am wearing medium armor, but it's mithril, so it is treated as light.
Fantastic. You're very good at reading the rules. I, on the other hand, ascend at a different pace because I am wearing my heavy armor. And so I can still make it very comfortably at 40 feet, and I will be have to take that attack of opportunity just to get into range.
This
but
creature
I will.
does not have combat reflexes.
Ooh, fantastic. Then that is what I will do. Unfortunately, I can't charge, but I can still take that single attack.
Well, wait, so you drank a potion.
Oh,
that's your standard action. Then you can move up to it.
Thank you, Griffin. I was so ready to attack, I forgot. My bad.
Okay.
But now I know.
It's this creature's turn. It sees a new assailant come up right into its grill. It lashes out at Ikmer.
Oh my gosh.
Bad times.
Okay, that's going to be a 37 to hit you.
No!
Almost. Bad Griffin. That was so close.
So it
just
deals...
barely got me.
Don't you have displacement on?
I do.
Oh shit, you have displacement on. Let's see. That's a... So I'm going to say... 51 and higher, he gets you because I'm rolling.
Cool.
That's a 52.
You motherfucker.
What a rocket fucking shit.
All right. Well, I already rolled this, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where's the compliance team? Can I file a
That's-
complaint?
Yeah.
19 points of damage
All right.
And then it attempts the grab. Oh, yeah. I'm assuming... oh, God. 43 beats your CMD.
I don't even have to answer.
Yep. So it constricts you for 19 more points of damage. Again, take this out separately. And then, with this unearthly quickness, it transfers you from its claw to its tentacles. And I need you to make a fortitude save.
I don't think I got it, guys. 17.
Meets beats.
Oh my goodness.
You feel your muscles stiffen as you enter these tentacles, and the slime I talked about earlier seeps into your skin. But you're able to shake it off. You're still grappled in these tentacles, but you're not paralyzed.
Oh boy.
Bro, if you were paralyzed, that'd be lights out.
Clips.
Alright, so I'm hovering just by the edge of this platform. Can I make another perception check to see if I see,
Yes,
Adapt.
you may.
20.
With the 20, you don't see anyone on this platform, but you do notice that the switches have been flipped. Looks like to the on position of this device.
Should I switch him off?
I think we need some checks before we do that. I
Right.
mean, what if on is like the beast is on and we just turn off the beast?
Right, that's what I'm worried about.
Turn off the beast.
Beast mode.
So what kind of knowledge check can I do?
Arcana.
Oh, okay, I actually have that.
Yeah.
20.
With the 20, you know, or at least you think you do, that part of this being on is the lightning rod attracting this storm. And you've been hearing the thunder around you. You can hear the hum of the device. And the lightning cracks around you. You think that it needs this electricity to be used. So you think that's what's turned on right now.
But control panel, or is there just levers?
It looks like there's a control panel. If you sit down on it, it looks like it's kind of like you sit in a place and control.
Any real scientist would label their levers. Dr. Viv.
Well, this isn't Viv's thing.
I do not know what to do here. Realistically, I don't really want to sit in that, because I don't want to take over the beast.
So you just delay, or you buff yourself again?
So, yes, at this point, I'm not really sure what I can do. So, I'd like to delay until Matumbe is on the same level.
So you can ready an action, you can't delay, because you've already moved to get on the platform, right?
I'm right next to the platform.
Okay, yes, then you can delay your whole turn.
Okay.
All right. Next in the order is Freya. This is your last round of nausea.
Freya's hunched over, gripping her stomach, and in between gagging, she's able to look up at this creature and think about what it is.
Knowledge Arcana, what you got?
19?
19, you know nothing about this creature.
Oh no, I rolled pretty well too.
Well, I mean, the beast told us that it's a construct.
Yeah, you know it's a flesh golem.
Yeah. So she'll treat it as such, but I was hoping to get a little bit more information because she can't do anything. She's not going to move. She stays there and tries not to vomit.
Yeah, a knowledge check is a good move for somebody that's nauseous. Next in the order, you hear another humming as the bondslave thrall whirs to life. This hum is deeper, and you hear fluid kind of fill some pipes, kind of like the sounds that happen at the beginning of the Monster Mash song.
Sure.
And
I don't have that drop ready, Griffin, so no.
and that's all that happens. So it's the beast's turn, and he full attacks at his brother. First attack hits. Second attack also hits. Final attack misses. And he deals... Holy shit. 65 points of damage.
Get it. All right.
Nice.
All right, Matumbe, you're next.
Okay, so, again, with me rising like a Thanksgiving Day Macy's Parade balloon up, one move action gets Matumbe up to the platform next to Eclipse.
Yep.
I want to do a hot perception right now. Before I do that actual perception roll, what do I see? It's just one console, correct, with a big lightning rod?
It's a huge lightning rod sticking another 50 feet into the sky.
Mm-hmm.
You see the clouds swirling around and lightning begins to strike nearby. You see several levers that appear to have been switched to the on position, at least Eclipse would tell you as much, and then a console that has several more buttons and levers, and a chair.
Okay, so he's going to look to Eclipse, and I assume that this looks exactly like what was in the drawings that we talked about last episode, right?
Yep.
I believe this is the Inferno machine that was referenced in the documentation.
He's going to spend the rest of his turn basically running and jumping into the chair, and he's going to turn back to Eclipse and just say,
Watch my back. I am going to try and help the beast.
So you move into the chair and you sit down.
it creaks
It
under
creaks.
the 8 times weight of Shaquille O'Neal. So actually, I'm 300 pounds. That's 2,400 pounds
Yeah, it's a
sitting down
lot.
in that chair.
It's a lot for this chair. The suspension isn't looking good on this chair. When Matumbe sits down, he focuses on the control panel, and he feels hot breath on his face. And then the face of Doctor Salum appears right in front of him.
You can't stop my progress.
And then a sickle slashes across large Matumbe's neck.
I may have fucked up.
This is against your flat-footed AC. Okay, that's going to be a 25 against your flat.
That'll do it.
So that will deal 25 points of damage, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Okay. This might be a little retroactive, but you could do this as part of a move action. This doesn't change anything that you just did. Matumbe would have just drawn his book coming
Yep,
up.
that's
I had
fine.
plenty of move actions to do that. I just didn't call that out. As he sits down into this chair, we take 25 points of damage.
Take 25 points of damage and roll me a fortitude save.
Unfortunately, none of my allies are around me right now. Oh, but that doesn't matter. Give me a 27.
The 27, you pass, but you feel the poison course through your veins. And you see Dr. Salum staring you in the face. Emily, what does she look like at this point?
I'm sorry, was she invisible or something?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. She's just standing in front of this chair waiting for someone to sit down in it and fucking slash him with a sickle.
Just sitting there buffing.
Oh, that is awful.
Her hair is starting to gray, and one of the first things you notice as she looks you in the face are the piercing purple eyes with dark rings underneath them. And as she moves, she's pretty agile, but if she, stands still for a second, she's twitching a little bit. And when she attacks, you see part of her arm is exposed, and it's laced with what looks like equations that have been carved into her arms, and some of them are openly bleeding a little bit.
Fuck.
Jesus.
I mean,
Thanks for
incredibly
taking that to a
effective.
level I couldn't have taken that to.
You need Pharasma.
Next in the order is Eclipse. Eclipse, you see Doctor Salum become visible and slash Matumbe's throat.
Okay, so Eclipse wants to take a 5 foot closer because she was just kind of hanging off the edge there, flying. So now she would like to be flying in the square, like right directly on top of the kind of thing. So kind of diagonal to her is Viv. So would you all agree that it's thunderstorming?
Yes.
Alright, how neat is that? I'm gonna call lightning down on her.
Doesn't that take a full round to cast?
Yeah, so I'll call lightning, but it's nothing happens until next round.
Okay. It's Viv's turn. She sees you chant, and she full attacks you, Eclipse. Taking damage will interrupt your spell. She attacks with a bite, a claw, and sickle. So I'll give you the sickle first. The sickle is a 16, which I don't think will hit.
No.
And then here comes the bite and the claw. Bite will hit at a 14 on the die. And the claw will miss at a 2 on the die. So the bite, she sinks her teeth into you now and deals 7 points of damage, and your spell, you need to make a concentration check plus the damage taken to maintain casting.
Fuck. I rolled a 2 on the die.
You lose the spell. Next in the order is Ikmer. Ikmer, you're grappled.
Well, thankfully, I can attack once. So that's what I'm gonna do. Come on, Zokar, give me some sort of help. All right, Zokar channeled his inner alcohol and was able to help with a 19 on the die. Plus 12.
Goes to
Plus 12 would equal 31.
31 hits.
Thankfully, and because I don't have a D3, well, D6, 6 on the die. That's gonna go for 8 damage. Adamantine.
That bypasses the DR. And it all goes through. Next in the order is this creature. Ikmer, you automatically take 12 points of damage, and I need you to make another fortitude save.
Okay.
As these tentacles continue... Oh, well, hold on. Let me make sure I don't roll a 1. To continue the grapple on you. I rolled a natural 10.
Okay.
So that's a 50 to continue grappling you.
Unfortunately, my displacement doesn't help me out there, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, you're in the worst situation for someone with displacement, because you're getting persistent damage.
24 on
24.
the fortitude.
Again, you feel this gross slime seep into your skin, but it doesn't lock your joints up. And now, it's the Promethean's turn, and the Promethean attempts to kill his brother. He's going to slam twice at the beast, and he hits both times. Fuck, I didn't know I need so many D6s. I got it, though.
There's too many.
Oh. It's a lot.
Oh dear.
The beast takes 49 points of damage, and he is not looking good at all.
Fuck.
The creature then attempts to grapple its brother.
Double grapple. This thing.
Succeeds.
Oh no.
So he has Ikmer in one claw and the beast in the other.
Tentacle.
No, Ikmer's in the tentacles now.
Ikmer's in the tentacles. Oh my god.
Ikmer's grappled, and this creature is no longer grappled, as his tentacles just kind of absorb Ikmer into its body. But the beast is now in a claw, and the beast takes another 20 points of damage.
Fuck.
That's this creature's turn. It's now officially grappled because it has the beast in its hand. It's Freya's turn. Freya, you're no longer nauseated.
Positive energy does not heal constructs.
Does not.
Heal check on Ikmer's HP level.
Sure.
I rolled a 19, so I'm pretty sure that succeeds.
I got you. 49.
Is how many you have?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
So that last hit would have left me staggered if it hit me the same way that it hit the beast, and that would have put me in the worst possible position ever.
Freya moves up to get within 30 feet of the combat. Unfortunately, her healing is not going to do much good for Ikmer. Can't help the beast at all. So what she is going to do is shoot an adamantine arrow at the construct.
Okay.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, you miss.
Oof.
Next in the order is the beast. The beast begins to slam. It lets the ogre hook limp, and it hangs off of his shoulder. And the beast throws his shoulder into the side of this claw, attempting to deal as much damage as possible. He hits twice. Lowest was a 13 on the die. And finally, you get to see the beast's slam attacks. And he deals 71 points of damage.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. Super hot. Fire.
It's Matumbe's turn at the top of the tower, in the seat with the bondslave Thrall. Matumbe, as an arcane caster, as a... What are you now? A divine and arcane caster?
It's a mess.
As a divine caster, you can grant the beast fast healing. As a arcane caster, you can channel a spell through the beast. As a inquisitor, you can give the beast one of your feats. So those are your options if you choose to help him, or you can enter the combat with Viv. It's either activate the bondslave Thrall or hop out of that chair and start pummeling Doctor Salum.
I really want to help the beast, but I literally just got stabbed in the neck.
And what happens at the start of your turn,
Okay.
because you were dealt sneak attack damage from Dr. Viv, you actually take 4 points of bleed.
Ugh.
And you're bleeding.
So he can feel the warm blood just running down the inside of his breastplate, and he's about to pull a lever. Then but then he just thinks to himself, Matumbe is incredibly intelligent. He knows that there's this woman behind him who can tear him to pieces, and although Eclipse is engaging her in combat, I gotta remove the immediate threat. So he kind of combat rolls a little bit out of the chair, 5 foot. It's 5 foot step, essentially. And as a large creature now, he is able to flank with Eclipse. He is going to swiftly pull out the Inheritor's Smite.
To be fair, we're also so incredibly far away from this combat. I don't even know if we understand what's happening.
That's true. In fact, Matumbe might not know that the beast is in such dire straits that he is.
You can't see
Exactly.
through the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
So what he's going to do is... Alright, I'm just going to give it all this round. Swift action, Inheritor's Smite. Matumbe is going to use an instance of inspiration. So you know he has skills. To try and hit Dr. Salum. I also turned off power attack. So, you tell me, does a 27 hit?
Yes.
Okay. So Matumbe's going to do a little damage here. Wait, 25, I'm sorry.
25 still hits.
Yep, I turned off power attack. Now it's off on my sheet.
There you go, Steve.
Alright, Matumbe, with his giant book, is going to do 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
What type of damage is this?
So he has a cold iron book, but bludgeoning damage is it.
Okay.
And then I've used this spell before. but I haven't used the second half of it. Matumbe is going to use a second instance of his inspiration to channel in to the attack roll that is the free, unprovoking of an attack of opportunity bull rush maneuver.
Okay.
You think about a 34.
34 will bull rush, and it will move her 15 feet.
So, Matumbe combat rolls out of this chair. Pharasma smiles upon him. Purple energy flows all over his body and coalesces into his book as he makes one giant fucking slam with the book that does a little bit of damage, but it also carries this kinetic force that blasts Dr. Viv off of the top of the tower with 15 feet.
That is correct. If we're looking at this map.
Unfortunately for you, you did give her 3 rounds to buff.
No!
And so
Don't you do this
she
to me.
stands on the edge of the tower in the air.
Motherfucker!
Oh, you think I didn't prepare for that shit, Steve?
I don't know.
Come on, give me some credit. All right. Next in the order is Eclipse. Eclipse, Matumbe just bull rushed Viv off the tower, and she kind of laughs at you.
It won't be that easy for you. I've been watching.
What are you doing? Eclipse, you're up.
Alright, so Eclipse is going to... She's going to take a 5-foot up, but not impede any line of sight that Matumbe might have.
Okay.
And she will cast Shocking Grasp.
Okay, is she casting that before she moves up into combat, or is Viv going to get an attack of opportunity?
There's no
on
attack
her?
of opportunity because of the warding weapon.
Gotcha.
This is why I cast it.
Just doesn't work for when you take damage. Got it.
Exactly, because I didn't know it was 1 round casting. Alright, so that is going to be a 15 on the die, plus a 11.
Against touch? Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll hit. That hits anything in the game.
Well, I don't know. 16 points of electricity damage.
Nice.
Okay. You see the jolt surge through Doctor Salum and start to burn some of her skin, and her hair stands on end. And then, on her turn, which it is right now, you see some of that char start to disappear.
Fucking bullshit, but alright. Emily, I really hate your character right now, and I will not direct any anger at you right now. But, you know.
Just know it's coming. Just know it's coming.
It's well deserved. She's pretty great.
It's a well-built character, to be fair. I have to appreciate that.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
You know, I was almost thinking that she was gonna get hit with that electricity and then get hasted.
I was so worried because I've been burned so many times.
Electricity actually heals her.
Dang it. She takes a 5-foot float back, pops an extract, and you see her blur and then appear in 2 places at once.
Blur sucks.
Oh no, it's displacement, baby.
Oh, it's displacement. Great.
That's worse.
That's way worse. That's her turn. Ikmer, you're still grappled. Would you like to attempt to escape, or do you want to just attack it?
As of right now, I feel like I have to. I feel the closest that I can get right now is where I am with still an ability to hit him. Does a 24 hit?
Does a 24 hit the creature?
Yes.
Because it is grappled with the beast, yes.
Wow. Okay. So, that, I mean, knowing what I've rolled, that kind of sucks, but I still hit it, which is good. 2 on the die. It's only 1 point from the die. 6 points of damage. Adamantium.
That all cuts through.
Silver linings, right, guys?
It's the creature's turn. It attempts to maintain the grapple on Ikmer.
Natty one.
And does not roll a natty 1, so does not fail. I don't think. 34 still beats your, yeah.
By a bit.
Now it
Yes.
attempts the same thing on the beast, and it fails.
Okay. Okay.
The beast drops out of its grip, and it appears angry. So it attacks Larry.
I've got a drop for getting out of imprisonment. Oh, no, I don't. Didn't work.
Hits Larry,
Come on, Larry. Just live a few more rounds.
dealing 19 damage. It attempts to hit him again. And misses with a 2 on the die.
Okay.
It uses its extra move action to move up into the rafters with Ikmer.
Oh, no.
So it moves 30 feet up, and the beast gets an attack of opportunity with his slam. Hits,
Get it.
Okay.
dealing 17 points of damage,
Nice.
but the creature is still up, and it drags Ikmer into the not into the rafters, but up the wall.
Scary.
Next in the order is Freya.
Freya looks up at the creature and Ikmer trapped in its clutches, and she knows she needs to do something for him to be able to survive. She fishes around and pulls out her last 2 adamantine arrows and rapid shots at the creature.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go.
With a 17 and a 21, I'm not sure that hits.
Neither hits.
Haley, can you check those dice? Because I'm not sure what team Emily's playing on because she's wearing this lab coat.
Yeah, I
For
don't
Dr.
trust her
Malice?
even a little right
It's
now.
not okay. Hey, this... I'm really glad that you guys are all here for this because this might be the start of our divorce papers.
Yeesh.
You'll be thanking me when we're in the prison.
The beast, having dropped his ogre hook to the side, draws the large double crossbow off his shoulder, takes aim at his brother's face, and fires.
Not gonna lie, based on the size of these two creatures and probably the size of these bolts, if they, like, I'm just guessing that they're about an inch diameter, and if they go through me, I'm fucked.
You've had a problem in the past taking inch in diameter rods, so
Clever.
thank you.
One of the bolts strikes true,
Yes.
dealing 8 points of damage. It looks like the creature completely shrugs that off. Then the beast, well, the beast is out of actions, but it just looks up at its brother and snarls. Leave Ikmer alone. It's me you want. Next in the order is Matumbe.
There is absolutely no way that Matumbe and Eclipse have any idea of what is happening below them. So there is one foe that they are both engaging. Matumbe with his fly... Oh, Jesus. Matumbe with his fly potion drank is going to mechanically charge at Doctor Salum. Well, he knows Dr. Salum. I know it's Dr. Vivian Malice. Turning back on power attack. Here we go.
Roll me a percentile when you roll this.
Will do. I'm actually going to roll.
So you charge.
Yep. All right. So, do we want to do my fly check first or my attack?
So let's get your fly check because you're moving less than 60 feet and you have 60 feet of move speed, right?
Okay. I'm rolling a die that was left in my tray by my good buddy Eric.
Come on, Eric.
Eric is a new homeowner. I am going to go burn his house down with a natural 1.
With a natural 1, believe that means you fall.
I'm sure it does.
So what I'm going to say happens here, because you failed that fly check, you failed it on a charge, you moved out. So because you've moved out past where you started your movement, I'm going to say you get the hit off and then you drop. I don't know if that's rules as written. I don't really care. I think if you are charging with a fly, it makes sense for you to, you know, if I'm going to penalize you for being off of the platform, I'm also going to allow you to get that hit.
I think that's fair, and not just because I have bias here, but because I also have like 10 feet of runway. So Matumbe is on solid ground for a while, leaps, slams, and then falls.
Yep.
Like I think that kind of makes sense.
And
also,
large.
Come on, I'm not going to hit anyway. So.
Yep. So roll your percentile with this.
Yep. All right. So my actual attack would be a 22.
So that misses. So
all right, so no percentile even needed.
Yep.
So Matumbe jumps off. He tries to slam Doctor Salum, breezes right through her second image, and then starts to drop.
And he drops 60 feet before the round is up. So you don't lose your fly or anything, but that's where you're at the start of your turn. So then when you want to move like straight up, you probably got to make a fly check there to, you know, stop your descent. Eclipse, you're up next.
He should also take the bleed damage if you haven't taken
yes,
the bleed
please take your
damage.
bleed
Thanks,
damage.
Emily.
You're welcome.
Thanks for playing Viv for me, Emily. I mean, I know you're not actually playing her, but just, I didn't even see that on the sheet, the bleed damage.
I know
I'm
her
not sure
stuff.
you're-
It's a rogue, like a special rogue thing.
Just curious if she's making it up or not.
No,
I don't care when it's on my end, but
I pulled it up on my sheet because I was like, I think Vivian has bleed damage now, and I looked, and she does. It's on her sheet.
All evidence. All
Eclipse.
evidence.
All right, so while I have the warding weapon, I think I should continue to do electricity damage. So I'm going to take a 5-foot step up.
Go ahead and make a fly.
It's a DC 10, so all I have to do is write less than, or I don't have to hit a 1, because I have a plus 19.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're good. All right, so then I'm going to do another shocking grasp. Natural 20.
Yes.
Roll to confirm.
22 to touch?
22 hits touch. Roll me your 50-50 chance of hitting her.
All right.
Roll a 51 or higher.
76.
That hits.
Yes.
Let's see some dice go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's 4 6s.
Oh!
45 points of electricity damage.
Get it.
Okay. It's her turn.
You may kill my mortal body, but I will live on in my work forever.
She's gonna make that fly check to hover where she's at. She got a natty 12, so she's good to go. And she's going to full attack Eclipse. Critical threat. Let me roll to confirm.
Oh.
And I don't think a 14 confirms. So 2 hits.
I just made my fly check so I don't fall 10 feet when she attacked me.
So that is 23 points of damage. I need you to make 2 fortitude saves.
Can I know what this is against?
Poison.
You sure that's not disease?
I'm positive it's just poison.
That would be then a 21 for the first one.
Okay, that passes.
And only a 16 for the next one.
Okay, you take 1 point of con drain. And
Okay.
2 points of con damage. This will persist for 6 rounds.
I'm sorry.
I'll just put that little...
You're literally smiling with your lab coat on.
Put that little ticker there. I'll keep my ticker here. Next in the order is Ikmer. Ikmer, you immediately, or no, you take this on the beast's turn, so it doesn't, or on the creature's turn, so it doesn't matter. What would you like to do? You're not paralyzed. You're trapped in its grasp.
Thankfully not. And I am at a bit of a predicament here. Simply because Ikmer knows that this thing is so hyper powerful that it doesn't really matter if he gets out. If he can attack it right now, it's the best case thing, I think. But if he does get out, he can have 2 attacks. Possibly. So...
Well, getting out is a standard action, so...
Well, then...
After he gets out, if he remains out, yes, he can have 2 attacks.
Yeah, I think it really just has to be that he is now close to the creature, because it has reach. It would be able to reach him anyways. So yeah, he has to attack. Yeah, 2 on the die doesn't do it.
That won't do it, buddy.
It was shit damage anyways, so, actually, I do want to know how many feet am I in the air now?
You're 30 feet up.
Okay.
So you attack twice, miss twice.
Yes.
And
well,
it
I
is...
just attacked 1 time.
Okay.
Because the grapple, or whatever. So, I am now halfway done with my displacement.
Nothing in the verbiage of grapple, I think, says that you can't full attack. It's just that you have to be using a one-handed weapon.
Yeah, we did this with Saw. You can full attack.
Well, then I am definitely going to.
Yeah, so that first one was at your full BAB anyway,
Yes, it was.
So you can go ahead and roll again.
Okay. Well, my second attack is quite a bit lower, and how does a 24 do it?
Meets beats.
Thank goodness.
Oh my.
Thank goodness. That is a 17 on the die. On my second attack. So that is, thankfully, full damage. So that is 8 total adamantine.
8 adamantine damage. And the creature drops off the wall. With Ikmer in its grasp. Ikmer takes the full brunt of this fall damage. But before he does, we're going to finish our drinks. And then we'll see you next week.
Wait, what?
Oh, I
my
knew
goodness.
it.